Hello everyone, I am Commander Seagherkin06 and this is the 12th and final entry in my year-long series of videos in where I visit a nebula every month in the video game Elite Dangerous. If you don't know what Elite Dangerous is, I briefly explained it in my trailer for this series, which is linked in the card above and in the description below. Also in the description is a link to a playlist of the entire tour, so if you want to watch the whole thing, you go there. As you saw in the title and thumbnail, I'll be visiting the Bubble Nebula. The trip to the Bubble Nebula consisted of 131 jumps from Eternitas to Bubble Sector IMV-C22, composing a total distance of 782 light years, which is easily the longest journey to any nebula on this entire tour, and also the farthest I've ever traveled away from Earth in this game. So without further ado, let's begin.
Detachment confirmed. Regulate your speed until free of station perimeter.
The ship I'm using is my ASP Explorer, like always. It is equipped with a 5A Engineer Frameshift drive and a 5H Guardian FSD booster. It has a 6B fuel scoop and 48 tons of fuel, so with a full fuel tank it has a jump range of 57.30 light years.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one, engage.
I will now show a compilation of clips I took while exploring the nebula. This section won't have commentary, so I will see you near the end of the video.
System scan complete. System scan complete. Landing gear deployed.
Now, at this point, this is where I would normally end the video, but I wanted to do something different. I think a quick retrospective would be a nice way to cap off this whole series. And while doing so, I'll show a time lapse of my entire journey home from the Bubble Nebula at 25 times speed. I'll also have a little counter of how many times I refueled from stars on the way home just for fun. So let's do this.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage.
To start this retrospective, I wanted to go back to the series' conception. So, originally, the idea for this was, what if I had a nebula calendar, and every month of that calendar I would visit that month's nebula in the game? Well, the problem was I couldn't find a calendar that only had nebulas in it. Some had like planets or galaxies and stuff like that. So instead, I created a poll where my friends and a few people on Reddit would vote on where I'd go. And that poll only had 7 responses to it, which is pretty funny. But yeah, that's how this whole thing started. So the first video in this series I did, the Spiral Planetary Nebula, is actually the first video on this channel with a voiceover and not a live recording. You can tell by how awkward I sound reading my script in that one. One thing you'll notice in the first few videos is that I had a segment detailing things I saw before I even reached the nebula. I quickly steered away from that format, mostly because I ran out of things to talk about, and also I wanted to show the nebula first and foremost, and I felt like those segments were a bit of a time waster for the viewer, so I stopped doing that. So this is interesting. My most viewed video in this series is the Witch Head Nebula video, which I'm not surprised by. It is definitely one of the most beautiful nebulas on this tour. But what I am surprised by is that my least viewed video in the series is LBN 623. And I'm going to be honest, I'm rather disappointed by that because it's a really incredible nebula. I think it's also one of the most beautiful nebulas on the tour. And the thing that makes it disappointing is that the video after LBN 623, which is the Dumbbell Nebula video, has more views than it, even though it shares the same model as the Spiral Planetary Nebula, which I visited first. They're completely identical, so that was a bit of a bummer to me. Oh yeah, the 2 planetary nebula videos in October and November were kind of a pain to film for 2 reasons. One, they're small, and the star density around them is not great, so I can't get close up and fly around them like I normally do. So that's why you'll notice I spend more time inside of them in those videos rather than outside, just because there aren't any good vantage points. The second reason why it was a pain is because I started running into a problem where some of the clips I recorded became corrupted before I could download them from the Xbox network. In fact, I actually had to fly all the way back to the Spirograph Nebula to re-record 2 key clips because I didn't notice they were corrupted until I got back. So that was not fun. So for this finale, I originally wasn't supposed to visit the Bubble Nebula in this video. In fact, the Bubble Nebula was not even on my poll I made for this series. My original destination for December was the Horsehead Nebula. You see, when I made the poll, I made it so that it only contained nebulas within 2,000 light years of Earth, and the Bubble Nebula exceeds that. The reason why I had that limit is because I wasn't confident yet in traveling long distances, but that slowly became less of a problem as I upgraded my ship throughout the year. So, and during my trip to Barnard's Loop, I was disappointed with the fact that so many of the systems were permit locked and I couldn't get many good angles of the nebula, like separate angles. And I realized the same situation would occur with the Horsehead Nebula because it's actually inside Barnard's Loop, so I had to be even more restricted. So, a few months before the end of the year, I discovered the Bubble Nebula while just scrolling through the galaxy map, and I was amazed by it. And that's when the idea came to me, what if I replaced the Horsehead Nebula as my finale with this one? And I thought it'd be a great idea. It'd be a personal milestone for me because the trip would be the farthest I'd ever done in Elite Dangerous. So yeah, that's what made me decide to do the Bubble Nebula for the finale. So what's next? Well, I doubt I'll be making more Elite Dangerous videos anytime soon. I may do another Nebula Tour in the future, but not for 2026. The problem with another Nebula Tour is that there may not be enough unique nebulas for me to visit for an entire year like this one, because once you reach past a certain distance from Earth in the game, they become procedurally generated and just reuse existing nebula models that you've already seen. So for 2026, I'm mostly going to be uploading videos where I'm playing games with my friends because it's fun and we have a lot of laughs. I'll also probably make some more Minecraft tutorials. I do enjoy sharing my designs, and those videos seem to be very popular on my channel for the most part. So, yeah, that's kind of my plan for 2026. And we have reached the end of our journey home. Now all that's left to do is to dock at the station.
Sierra, Echo, Alpha. It's good to have you with us. Welcome to the station, Commander. Approval granted. Plot route for approach to landing pad 15. Increased traffic flow in this sector, Commander. Be wary.
Landing gear deployed.
Submit a docking request.
Contact confirmed. Deactivating docking systems.
interest of smooth traffic flow within the docking bay, we request that pilots avoid blocking access to docking pads.
I hope you enjoyed not only this video, but this whole series, because I had a lot of fun making it. It's hard to believe it's been an entire 12 months since the first video, but I stuck through it because I love Elite Dangerous and I wanted to show my love for it by making this passion project. So, thank you for watching.